According to the news staff up at KTUU in Anchorage, when those in the industry talk about that little station in Anchorage, it's because, in large part, it's due to the longtime talent and devotion of the chief photographer, Eric Sowl. I lost Eric. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Right here. Sorry. Trust me when I say this. As reporter in my heart and soul, photographers saved our rear ends, thought of the questions we never thought of, saw things we never saw, and made the rest of us look really good. So I understand what the folks up at KTUU are saying. They believe he's the key reason that that little station up there has garnered the attention and national awards that have put it on the map. Hard to imagine, but he's been at KTUU for 28 years, and in broadcasting for 34. And even when he wasn't the chief photographer, he was still a true leader in the photographer ranks. He has trained close to 100 young photojournalists to become some of the most talented in the nation. That's an extraordinary honor. Besides continuing to mentor his own staff, he's always willing to give news photographers, even at stations in remote areas, some tips when he sees them struggling out in the field. And we all struggle out in the field a lot. He's also a respected community mentor. He's worked with students in Alaska on shooting and editing training. He's been a mentor as part of the Anchorage School District Gifted Mentorship Program. The Director of Marketing and Production up there at KTUU is a fellow by the name of Brad Hillwig. He said, Eric set the standards for Alaska photojournalism. He says he has led and mentored a generation of Alaska photographers and reporters. His commitment is unmatched. He's taught us that, like strong foundations built one brick at a time, strong stations are really built one story at a time. Eric?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Nervous about this for a couple of reasons. One of them, I'm a photographer. I was talking to Kurt Austin earlier, going, were you nervous last year? And he goes, man, this was the hardest part, standing up and giving a speech. Because as a photographer, if you're not talking to other photographers, this is scary stuff. The other thing I'm nervous about, you said it when you went first. Glad I'm not going last.
Thank you.
You're going, when are they going to figure out that I don't belong here? Standing on the steps of Mount Olympus, and I'm looking up at these people, going, how'd I get here? How'd they pick me? I was just doing my job. I grew up in Alaska, and it's a large state, but a very small place. We have a very small population. And it's funny, wherever you go in Alaska, you run into somebody you know. And wherever you go in the world, you run into Alaskans you know. They're like everywhere. And one of the really cool things about this evening is the pool in Alaska is very small for what we do. And to come here and to hear everybody talk so passionately about what we do just makes me so immensely proud to be part of this profession, to have worked in television, to have spent all this time, and to stand shoulder to shoulder with these people is an incredible opportunity. When I started out as a young photojournalist, I was like every other young journalist out there, just wanting to do a good job, win awards, and move on to the next station. Climb, climb, climb. But when I got to Channel 2, after 3 years, I thought, you know what? I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay because I really love working in my hometown, in my home state, and telling stories about the people that live here, for the people that live here. And then eventually the station came to me and said, we want you to be chief photographer. And I'm going, I don't want to be chief photographer. No, I have a hard enough time being in charge of this squirrel, let alone a whole cage of squirrels. I don't want to do that. Eventually, someone who saw further down the road than I did talked me into it, and I said, okay, I'll do it. And that's when my perspective changed. It wasn't about winning awards. It was still about doing good stories, but it wasn't about me winning awards. It was about giving other people the opportunities to set them up so that they could be successful, so they could win awards. So when Maria says, hey, put together this bio of all the awards you won and stuff like that, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't tell you what awards I've won. I really don't care about what awards I've won. But what I do care about is when the people that I've worked with over the years, when they're successful. And it doesn't matter whether they're successful in this profession or they've gone on to be successful somewhere else. I win every single time. And it makes me so proud. So I can't stand and go, I've won this award and I've won this award and this award. But I can stand here and go, I'm so proud of Kelvin in New Haven. I'm so proud of Dan in Chicago and Tom in Denver. And the list just goes on and on and on of all these people that I just watch them do great things in our profession. And to stand here tonight, I'm not very good with compliments. It's hard to take a compliment. So this is extremely difficult. Typically, I just say, thank you, and go on my way. But tonight, I am so extremely proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with this year's Silver Circle and everybody in this room. Thank you very much.